He's gonna be the very best, like no one ever was. To cast them is his real test, to teach us is his cause. He will travel across the web, scouting far and wide. Each build order to understand the timing that's inside. StarCraft 2, gotta cast them all. It's him and us. He knows it's his destiny. StarCraft 2, oh, you're his best friend. King of base, he must defend. StarCraft 2, gotta cast them all. A game so true. His Mac will pull him through. He'll teach us and we'll teach you. The Zoia Show. Gotta test them all. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Zoia Show, episode 3. And towards the end of episode 3, I'll be doing episode 4 right after. We're doing a double episode tonight. Vernacular. Oh, God. Oh, okay, I want to start off by saying... Oh, Iver messaged me. We'll start by saying when we were trolling... I've been having so much fun tonight. When we were in chat, all spamming Robin, causing Robin the laughter extreme. That's how I was laughing for like 10 minutes straight. My dad came in here and threw something at me. He told me to shut the fuck up because I was laughing so hard. Sorry, talking to Iper right now. But when we were spamming Robin, I was laughing so hard. Oh, okay. So, that Robin spam. Oh man, he kept laughing during the cast and getting pissed. I was laughing so hard. I love Robin so much. I think he's really become the him and Frodan have just like really helped me improve as a caster so much. I know I troll Robin a lot, but I had so much respect for that guy. That guy is so awesome. I love Robin so much. He is so great. But Zoia Show, episode 3. Tonight's Protoss night. And I'm excited. I'm excited. And then there's just a reason why I tell people my Twitter's Robin's Twitter to get him more followers, because he's just so awesome. He deserves more followers. But you're not Canadian based, are you? No, I am not Canadian. So tonight's Protoss night, guys. We'll be focusing on Protoss replays. I actually didn't pick out any specifically. I was gonna have you guys pick ones you wanted to see. So the first part of the episode, episode 3. We're gonna do episode 4 at the end of this. It's going to be Protoss night. You got a PvP, a PvT, and PvZ we're going to be casting. If this is your first night watching the Zoia Show, say something in chat. I want to see all the new people to tonight's episode. The Zoia Show is awesome. Just want to say that right now. It's the best place to learn StarCraft 2. Day 9, chump. Artosis, who is that guy? Who is that guy? I don't even know who that... Apollo? I mean, come on. I mean, okay, actually, those guys are really awesome. I look up to them a lot. But this is a nice place to learn. It's good because I know it comes at an awkward time for most people, so this show won't get like thousands and thousands of viewers, but it's a nice time for the people who stay up late to watch GSL. It's going to be a show that goes on during there, and it's just focused on teaching. Just focuses on teaching. So I hope you guys learn a lot. Tonight's Protoss night. The VODs are up on my YouTube channel. They will be on Team Liquid as well. I normally have my webcam on, but I'm not wearing a shirt and didn't feel like putting one on, so... Oh man, we got a fan of the StarCraft squad before the Zoia Show. I'm glad you're here to see the Zoia Show. But, okay, so we're going to go to the first replay. It's going to be a PB... Okay, no, we're going to let you guys vote. Oh, there's my Twitch. Fanfia is such a badass. I love him so much. He's such a great admin. I'm going to bring him on as a show. So I'm going to talk to Fanfia after this, actually. I have him on Skype. I'm going to message you after this, Fanfia. We're gonna work together, man. Why not take my pants off? Because it's already cold enough in my room. Anyways, so what do you guys want to see first? PvZ, PvP, or PvT? Pick the matchup. Let's vote in chat, and then I'll show you which replays we can choose from. Now, if you're new to the Zoia show, not only is this a good show for learning, it also has a lot of fan interaction. The entire time I am casting, I am looking at chat, I am answering questions. So if you ever have a question about what I'm saying in chat, I'll go ahead, I'll answer it. Just ask questions about the game. This is a great place to learn a lot of fan interaction. Now, let's see. It's looking pretty... I mean, no one's going to vote PvP. It's looking PvT. So we're going to open with a PvT, guys. Now, let's see if we can find anything good. We're going to go to the group stages. So, PvTs. We have Gonzi versus Nesty. Ooh, that's a good one. That's going to get a lot of votes. Alive versus Parting. That's a good one. That is a really good one. Parting versus Nesty. Oh man, so many good series here to choose from. So many good series to choose from. Tails versus Nesty. Oh wait, we're doing PvT, huh? I'm listening PvZs. What the shit am I doing? Okay, we're gonna start this over. So Gonzi versus Parting. That's a good one. We have Alive versus Parting. We have Gonzi versus Tails. We're going to do PvZ after this one. PvZ got the least amount of votes next to PvP. Tails versus Alive. So pick one of those guys. Pick one of those. Gonzi versus Tails sounds good. Gonzi versus Parting sounds good as well. Gonzi versus Parting got a vote. Yeah, that one looks good. Gonzi Parting. So I'm seeing more Gonzi Parting. Okay, so we got 2 games to choose from. Oh, both of those are short. No, those are too short, unfortunately. Oh, all these are short. Okay, so we're gonna do Alive versus Parting. Okay, unfortunately, I'm gonna make an executive decision here. We got a 33-minute replay here on Daybreak. It's gonna be a good one. Why is Boognish saying wait? What are you doing to me, Boognish? What? What am I waiting for? Why are you pissing me off, Boognish? What the hell? Rude, Fanfia. Oh my God, why do you like Antigua so much? No, there's no games on Antigua. No one picks TVP for Antigua. We'll have to do that for our Zerg one. We're going to have to wait. So we're going to do Alive versus Parting game 1. It's a 33-minute game. We're going to do that one. We're going to do that one. 33 minutes is good. Daybreak's better. Okay, we're going to load into that, guys. Let me update the thingy-mabobber. Man, I'm so excited for tonight's show. I had to skip out on yesterday's show, guys. I was so tired. I casted so much this week. But I got good rest. I slept until like 10 a.m., which I know 10 a.m. Oh, I usually sleep till noon. 10 a.m. is a pretty late sleep for me. Let me update the overlay. We have Fnatic Alive versus Startail Parting. Create poll. Poll's going to pop up in chat, guys. Make sure you vote it. Okay, guys. So, here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. GSL Daybreak from the IPL 4 group stages. We have the Purple Terran. One of the best Terrans in the world right now, Fnatic's Alive. And his opponent in the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning as a red Protoss. Currently contender for best Protoss in the world, in my opinion. So good, so great. Qualifying for round of 8 of GSL. Spoilers, I know. Oh well. It is Startail's Parting. Now, PvT, guys, is my favorite matchup. It's always been my favorite matchup to play. I am a Terran player primarily. But to spectate, it used to be TVZ. I used to love casting TVZ. I used to love casting the TVZs. But now TVZ is the same. It's still like it was, but it hasn't changed. See, the thing about TVZ in the past was it had the most developed metagame. It was so epic, but it's just been the same way for a very long time. It hasn't changed. It hasn't developed recently. PvP and ZVP though have developed a lot recently, which makes them, in my opinion, a lot better. Now, this is the Zoia show where we focus on learning. We're going to focus on these builds. We're going to figure out what these players are doing. These are top-level player guys. They don't mess around. This guy, you see the killer in chat? That guy's farting around right now. He's just having a good time. You know, like, oh, Mum's a killer, and I'm farting around. Parting and Alive, they don't do that. They don't do that in the slightest. They're super serial, man. These guys, they unload their battles before they play. Alright. A little bit of probe harassment here. Looking like it's going to be a gas expand from Alive. This is first from start to Parting. Parting does this all the time. This guy does Nexus first more than anyone else, I swear. This guy is insane with his Nexus first. So, hey, could you tell us a common opener for Terran? Do you want a common opener or an opener that is good and you can use in all three matchups? It's a killer bee here all week. That guy's a badass. One of my admins. So good. I'm not going to say that vernacular, but we all know we're thinking it up. Parting actually hiding a probe here. Marine moving out on the map for Alive. For TVP, Gas Expand's good. Reaper Expand's good for learning. Preferably do either a Reaper Expand or a Gas Expand if you're not going to go 1-1-1 all in. But Gas Expand is good. It's just a good macro build to learn. Command Center going down for Alive. Of course, this is going to be slower than his opponents. SCV is falling back. Marine going across the map. The cool thing about this Marine is he's going to try and snipe a probe. Will he be able to get it? Good control so far from Alive. It's going to be close. It's just barely out of range. Oh, man, that guy's going to barely get away. And the problem with going Nexus first is his gateway is just not finishing. He is pulling probes, though. He's going to be able to thwart this attack pretty easily. Probes going after that Marine. Will they get the surround they need? And that Marine's already taking too much damage. And this little push across the map is, for the moment, stopped. More Marines floating across the map for Alive. He's trying to be just a little bit aggressive here, trying to snipe off at least one probe. If you can trade one probe for one Marine, it's a good trade, guys. Unfortunately, Alive didn't do that. Parting still being very active with his probe, scouting around, trying to find a place. Oh, Alive just barely misses that probe. Why doesn't he put the buildings on the low ground when he does Nexus first, like he would in PvZ? If you go for the 1-1-1 all-in, or any form of one all-in, if all your buildings are at your Nexus, or your expansion, which is the most exposed, you will lose all your buildings. However, say Parting loses his Nexus, but retreats to his main base and wants to use force fields, he can stay alive and keep his buildings. Also, if he opens 1-1-1, gets siege tanks, he can siege your buildings. It's too risky putting your buildings on the low ground like that against Terran. Center play so far, looking like we're going to be seeing a two-base 1-1-1 here from Fanatics Alive. Reactor is finished on the factory on the barracks. Going to be producing lots of Marines, getting that tech lab on that starport. On that factory, going to transfer the starport over, going to transition into Banshees. Stalker's out, forcing these Marines to fall back. There is a bunker back here, though. He will make it to it just in time. Oh, will that one Marine fall? It does not fall. And now Parting has to fall back. Now we look at the supply count, 47 to 38. Income tab, guys, 29 to 38. The benefit of going Nexus first is you build a lot. Now, Alive knows that Parting has to take fast third bases. He does delay this as much as possible with a supply depot. He will get the cancel off, and there it goes. Stalker's still trying to poke out here. Parting going for a Robo Bay. 3 gates. Now, we're going to discuss this type of build. Alright, we're just going to take a moment, we're going to look through it, and we're going to be like, okay, why would Parting do something like this? So, he's taking a very fast he went Nexus first, which is greedy, with another third Nexus at the 7-minute mark. That is ridiculously fast. Now let's see what he's scouted. We're gonna go to Parting Vision, and we're gonna see what he's seen. So he has seen the initial base of that scout. He's seen the bunker and seen the command center building. Other than that, he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know how many guys have been building. So why would Parting do something like this? He does have the 3 gates. All right. He does have the Robo on the way, so he's playing this pretty safe. He still only has 2 gases. Now, unfortunately for him, or fortunately for him, he scouted that his opponent went 1 Rax Expand with the Nexus first. And he scouted that he has map vision. He knows that he stopped all SCVs on the map, all Marines on the map. He's got everything he can. He knows that the chances of this getting scouted is very risky. He killed that probe from before, or the SCV from before. He denied that. So there won't be any, unless this gets scanned, Terran's not going to know about it until he actually flies over it. And as well as Boognish is pointing out in the chat, triple orbital is very good and very common. So even though this looks super risky, for the most part, parting is pretty safe. He knows that if that Alive is not doing any super all-in build, he might be doing a 2-base timing attack, but other than that, he's scouted enough to know that Alive isn't going to be doing any form of all-in build right away, so by the time this gets over here, he's going to rely on his control of his sentries to hold this off. It's pretty standard in general, pretty simple play. Now, do I recommend you guys, if you scout a gases expand after going Nexus first, to do this? No. Not necessarily, no. Not necessarily, no. Someone asking because they scouted the probe and the sentry and the pylon there. Does he know there's a nexus there? Not necessarily. The probe was just moving down to go for a scout. He did kill the initial scouting probe. Unfortunately, I didn't see the second one on the map. And I'm all over the place right now. But, I mean, he has a Hinkling. That is true. I'm glad you pointed out. He has a Hinkling. But, okay, now he knows. This Hellion just scouted it. That is huge. Okay, so what would Fnatic Alive do in this position? He is throwing out a lot more racks. Holy hell, he's throwing out 4 more racks, getting double Engineering Bay, and getting Cloak Banshee. So he's going to hit a +1/1 timing. Maybe 2/2, but at this point, once you've scouted this, on Daybreak, it is best. I would do a 2-base timing personally, but Alive is like, okay, I'm going to macro. I'm going to macro. He's going to macro up. Observer is moving across the map, so it will scout everything. Parting has some of the best observer control, but this is an interesting game. It's like Parting and Alive are both saying to each other, okay, well, let's macro. Let's go for it. I'm curious because this is just not how I would have reacted. I mean, Alive is Alive. He's got some of the best control ever. Why did you need Dr. Zoia? Why did Alive place his third there? Because if he places it here, this is a good this is a good question, Boognish. This is a very good question. If he places it here, it's still close enough to here that he can transfer it fast, and it's not too vulnerable. So if some form of aggression does come for that third base, he'll be able to hold it off. Now picture he places it here. There's this pylon here. Parting warps and some Zells or something, does some aggression, and he could force the cancel. But up over here, I mean, this is not going to get canceled ever. This won't happen. This won't happen. That won't get canceled there. So that's a nice spot. It's close enough to the base to where you can transfer it fast, and it's also close enough to your natural to where you can defend it easily. Did Alive scout Carding's third base? Yes, he did. He scouted with the Hellion. Why do you need to be aggressive against Terran? You don't necessarily need to be aggressive against Terran. If they're going to let you macro like Parting is. Oh, Banshee over here doing some damage. There is an Observer with the army, though. So this will be forwarded. But Protoss doesn't have to be the aggressor until they're max. If everything about Protoss is about speed because of Chrono Boost. I know Terrans have mules, but Protoss gets everything faster than Terran. It's really the other way around. Terran has to be aggressive towards Protoss. They have to be dropping. They have to be applying pressure. If Terran lets Protoss macro, Protoss wins. I hate to say it like that, but if Terran lets Protoss macro, Protoss wins. Banshee coming over here doing more harassment. And as you can see, he is applying some form of pressure. This Banshee does have 3 kills. The other one has 4. But as Terran, you have to be the aggressor against Protoss because of the way Chrono Boost works. Protoss is always going to get 3/3 faster. Protoss is always going to get max faster. I know the mules gives them better economy, but I mean, when Chrono Boosting probes, look at that income tab, 56 to 53. So he has a good amount of probes. Exactly how do you drop if he has cannons over there? That is the tricky thing. There is no base that is perfectly defended, Hajan. There is no base perfectly defended. We're going to look here. Say he does have cannons. He's got 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. It'd be very hard to get around this. Actually, no, you wouldn't be able to squeeze by that. Look at this exposed Cybernetics core. You can go for that. There's always something exposed. And what do I mean by you don't have to necessarily kill probes. Doing anything to keep the Protoss player back home while you get max is what you need to do. It's what you need to do. You need to, there's always a hole in someone's base. There's never a perfect turret ring like the killer just pointed out. That's all situational, Hajan. One or two medevacs, it's all up to you. I am more of a fan of the one medevac versus Protoss. You can send more than one, but Protoss usually is powerful. Like with the warpings, you really just want to do one and just like clean up a couple probes and get out. Two is too greedy. If you're caught out on the map and you have most of your army in drops, you're gonna get obliterated. How many obs should he get if he's going for cloak units like parting is? Well, let's see how many parting actually has. He has 6. Holy shit. Okay, so this is actually one of my pet peeves with Protoss players. Observers are everything, guys. Let's just look at Parting's vision right now. One observer at that third base. One observer at the natural base. Where are his other observers? He's got an observer at his third base. He's got an observer at his natural base. He's got an observer with his army. And he's got an observer at his main base. That is so awesome. Now, do I recommend everyone get 6 observers? No. The reason Parting can afford to get 6 observers is he has some of the best force fields and best storms you can ever imagine. And he also went for this very fast third base, so he can afford spending that much on observers. But 3 to 4 is good. But having this many there's no you can't have too many observers unless you have like 20 or something, some stupid amount like that. Going for a lot of observers is good. There's not going to be a single drop that gets in the Parting's base. There's not going to be a single thing that Parting doesn't know. No Banshee is going to do too much damage. Oops. I love you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. But 3 to 4 is a good amount. Multiple for Terran bases, like 2 out on the map, 1 with your army, 1 in your bases. If you're on 3 bases, maybe get 1 for that base. Now we're going to go back to everyone's vision alive. Now, we're going to take a quick moment to talk about this. Actually, no, we're doing... Why do I keep focusing on alive? This is Protoss Day. I keep forgetting that. I'm so used to just commentating on both sides, but this is what Protoss needs to be doing. Parting is not really being too aggressive right now. He's just macroing pretty solidly. Well, obviously, but wouldn't it be risky? I don't... Would you prefer going Temp first? Now, personally, I prefer going Templar first because it's my style. But Robo is a lot better. Robo is easier. Robo is safer. It is just in general safer. However, going Fast Light Templar is a lot more fun. In general, Robo is easier. Robo is better. Picture... I'll explain it like this. In TBT, there's Bio and Mech. Mech is better than Bio, but harder to play. Bio is not better than Mech, but easier to play, but still good. That's how I kind of see Robo versus High Templar before, first. High Templar, I don't know if I want to say it's better than Robo, but it can... That's a hard one to say. I might want to say that it is better if you have good control. Depending on how you do it. It's very... If you play like Parting does, and cut every corner possible and just be as safe and as immaculate as possible, then High Templar openings are better than Colossus opening. Today's user submission replays. We're doing them today. Where the hell is that Banshee? I hear it. I don't know where it was. Now, Parting's doing what he needs to be doing, though. Parting's doing what he's going to be doing. He's turtling up. He's macroing. Let's look at his Chrono Boost. Oh, man, this guy's so good. Chrono Boost gone. Chrono Boost barely, almost gone. Chrono Boost. Okay, this one's not getting used. This is awesome. Parting is macroing so beautifully. Now, as I said before, as Protoss guys, if the Terran isn't going to aggressing you, just stay home. Stay on 3 bases, guys. Stay on 3 bases. This is so... I don't have music on. Let me put music on. Just now realized that I don't have the StarCraft music on. Banshee is still doing so much damage, but with this many observers, well, perfect. Party's playing so perfect right now. Again, like I said, though, Terran has to be the one that aggresses you. If you're using your Chrono Boost, you will be ahead of Terran always. I don't care what you say about mules. Now let's look at Parting's vision again. There we go. He has seen everything except for this third base, which he's about to see. He's not being as active as observers as possible, but he's got a lot going on his base. Which hole are you talking about? Welcome, Diaz. Welcome. Gotta be careful with these factories. Now let's look at Parting's upgrade. He's currently 2-1. Weapon's about to finish. He's taking a 4th base. He's just playing the so standard, so safe right now. Has a nice healthy composition. Look at the units tab. He's got 5 Sentries, 10 Stalkers, 26 Zealots, 7 High Templar, 1 Archon. Okay, so where Terran can drop here? Terran can drop this mineral line. It is pretty vulnerable right now. Oh, Parting's got such a beautiful defense, man. Terran could drop this mineral line. This is an exposed mineral line. There is the cannon here, but you could get most of your units out. There's no cannon that's going to be in range of the medevac. You'll be able to get your units out to stop this cannon. So this would be a hull. God, Parting is so solid. So it's this base right here, and this base right here. Those are the holes in the base. Those are the holes where you can drop it. So Parting does have holes. They are very small holes, though. Alive would have to be a god to get these drops in. Zoia and TVP, how would you defend against Ghost? Save the non-Protoss questions for after the replay. I just have like a 5-minute replay section after replays. Just leave general questions there. Bugnish. But for now, just keep them on Protoss related. So save your question, Doomslayer, until after this replay. And then I'll answer it then. So scan going down on the army. Now, we're seeing Parting get ready for this flexible ball of Protoss units. I call it a flexible style, which is the best way to play Protoss. So I'm going to explain what it is. So this engagement, let's look. Parting is maxed. He's got 3 armor on the way, not 3 attack to shade. He's got the Robo Bay on the way. So let's look at this attack. And we're going to take a note of, with every engagement that Parting fights alive in, we're going to just check his composition. We're going to check. So he's got 32 Zealots, 1 Archon. We're just going to look at the beefy units, okay? So this composition, I mean, every composition he's going to have is going to have Zealots, Stalkers, and Sentries. We're going to look at the tech units. This composition, he has 1 Archon, 8 High Templar. And we're going to look back at this in later on engagements. We're going to see how this changes. As having a flexible style of Protoss is the best way to play Terran, because it requires Terran to scout you constantly with drops, do whatever you can. Because they have to scout you constantly. If you get out too many Colossus and they don't build Vikings, they lose. Or if you do a sudden switch to High Templar and they don't build Ghosts, they lose. So Live trying to catch Parting out in the open, Parting going back home. This is such a big map, so hard to defend all 4 bases. Both players are max. Upgrades are 2-2 to 2-2. Alive has started 3-3. Parting's 3 armor is more close to being done, but he didn't start that 3 attack. Catching a couple High Templar off there. Does get the Archon Morphin, but it will eventually fall. Parting has to play this so safe right now. Let's look at that income tab, guys. 68 probes, not a lot. He's playing just by the cuff. Observer does get scanned. Ghost coming forward. He does have the Observer. It's in the backfield. Will he get the storms he needs? A lot of EMP on those High Templar, and this is bad for Party. He still has enough for 1 storm, though. Nice. Will the Ghost get the Oh, nice storm on those Ghosts as well. The Observer is still alive. Oh, nice storm flank. Holy hell. We're going to pause and we're going to rewatch that because I missed that. That was sexy. So storm goes on the tip of that army. You always want to spread out your High Templar, guys. Another storm on those Ghosts. And the flank High Templar, that is so smart. Parting doing so much damage to Alive just there. Parting is so damn good. There's still a nice amount of medevacs here, though. He didn't get any feedbacks on these medevacs. I want to point that out. Look how many medevacs are here. 6 here. If any of these medevacs were to get hit in this ball, they would die instantly. He has to be careful. If he can get feedbacks on that, that would be so huge. So there's still enough for storms here. Parting has so many high Templar here. 3 attacks started. Thermal lands on the way as well as Blink. Remember, we're going to keep an eye out for this next Max Terran or Protoss engagement, and we're going to see how it acts properly to it. Sure, getting attacked. He needs to be careful. If you lose that, he lost an Observer, so Cloak Ghost is going to be so powerful right now. Parting, I don't know if he should be engaging right here. Does scout for this upper base, doesn't see it. He's taking his 5th base right now. Everything's looking pretty solid on Parting's end. Now, okay, so this is the part of the game where you have reached that macro point. You have hit everything you want. You have the probe count. Oops, we need to stay paused. 68 probes. I feel it's a little too less, not enough, but I mean that's just barely like that's by the cuff. That is by the cuff good. So let's look at his bases. This base is defended by cannons. He's got a high Templar here. He can do a feedback. This base is defended. So when you have all your bases defended, you have your upgrades done. You don't have to focus on macro anymore. You just have to make sure you have map vision. Let's go to Parting's vision. Doing a little zealot harassment here. Has a pylon. I guess he doesn't have a pylon up here. I guess he ran those on there. So he's doing harassment. This is what you need to do. Small contingent groups of zealots are really good to send around your map, especially when you have 3-2, almost 3-3. So this is what you need to be doing. Once you've got all your macro done, it's all decision making. It's all map vision. He doesn't have really much vision down here, so if Alive was to slip by, these bases could be very vulnerable. There's a lot going on in this game that Parting has to do with. All his bases are defended, though. This is the key thing about having high Templar on your bases, having observers here to make it so you can feed back in time, have cannons in places, so you can focus on everything going on in the game. Zealot's getting cleaned up by this small force of units. Parting doing another attack at this planetary fortress. I don't know if he should do this. There isn't much here for Parting. He needs to be careful. Storm goes on the army. Beautiful storms on that army. We were on everyone's vision. Look how much damage that did. Going for that Archon. There are no high Templar in this army, so he does have to fall back. Starting to mix in Colossus. Parting at 175 supply. We're going to wait until that next engagement to see what his composition is. 3 attack halfway done. More cannons going down. Dark Templar Shrine on the way. DTs is such a smart decision at this point in the game. More Zealots being annoying. Of course, Parting flanking from the bottom. Now, okay, we're going to pause and we're going to look at Parting's composition. We're going to look at that unit comp. 1 Colossus this time. No Archons. 9 High Templar. So, this is a very subtle mind game played by Parting. We're going to look at that 1 Colossus. And now, when Alive sees it, he's going to know that there's Colossus on the field. He's going to know now that he has to start building Vikings. He's going to be investing in the starports. But this is only 1 Colossus. And this might put Alive on edge. Like, oh, okay, he's not really investing into these Colossus. I'm only going to build a couple Vikings. Maybe later in the game, he's going to push for 6 Colossus next push. He's going to throw down a 2nd Robo, a 3rd Robo. He's producing a lot of Colossus. The mind games that just this alone, just showing 1 Colossus, is going to change the battle completely for the Terran. Because now Terran has to be spending scans to figure out what the army composition is. He's going to start dropping to see how many Robos he's doing. He's going to have to do a lot. Just this 1 Colossus just puts the Terran on edge. He has to be constantly on the lookout for this stuff. Zoia, is the shield upgrade for Protoss good? Not versus Terran. EMP negates that. I mean, you should get it after you have 3-3, because it doesn't hurt. But armor first, always versus Terran. Armor first, always versus Terran. So many ghosts here. So many ghosts here. Holy shit. Will Parting get the feedbacks he needs? He's trying to get some... Oh, nice storms there, hitting the tip of those ghosts. Doing a good amount of damage. Forces Alive to fall back. Nice. Parting always does this. He controls the map with storms. There is a drop going on over here. Like I said, there was a little hole here where you can still drop on the cannons. A lot of damage was done. That 1 High Templar was able to do a lot of damage to these units. Zealots warping in. And this is what's happening in good defense. He did have the warp in Zealots, but for the most part, Parting didn't take any damage. Now let's look at the max supply again. Only 1 Colossus. I love that this push he only has 1 card Colossus. Yep, Parting's play is better than Colossus opening with these, is that only versus Terran or is that versus Zerg as well? Storm is bad versus Zerg. It's like good against Broodlords and like Massling Baneling style. Opening High Templar versus Zerg is bad. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Versus Terran you can do it, but you have to have perfect control. You have to have perfect control. So many ghosts here. So like, look at this. By showing the one Colossus over and over again, the fact that he's not investing into it, is going to make Alive keep making so many ghosts. And let's say one push out of nowhere, Parting comes out of nowhere like 8 Colossus. It's going to completely catch Alive off guard. Just having this, like, it's just having a flexible style. Being able to make whatever composition you want. Nice feedback, so only gets one of them. 2 snipes and let ghost is not the best trade there. Would have liked to see a Storm. Don't know if he would have gotten it off, though. Alive has great snipes. 2 snipes to kill Iron Templar, guys, in case you didn't know. Parting being so mobile. Now he's got 2 Colossus. Not too many. He's a 3rd one on the way, starting those shield upgrades. Like I said, after armor, you can get shield. It's nice. Need to keep these Colossus alive, though. But, I mean, Alive is scouting Parting so much. I don't think he's ever going to be caught off guard for the Colossus count. He's just constantly scanning. Storm going on those ghosts, softening him up quite a bit. This is so tense. More High Templar morphing in. Oh, this is so smart. Oh my god! Beautiful feedbacks there. Oh my god, Parting is so good. Not too many Vikings. You're saying so many Vikings. There's only 6 Vikings here. That's mainly Medivacs. There's not too many Vikings. This Observer here is so perfectly placed. And it scouts where Alive's going. I mean, Parting has so much vision. And Parting, trying to hit that 3rd base. Will he be able to do enough damage? Alive is a little bit out of position here. Are they going to go for a base race, picking up that Colossus? What will Alive do? Is he going to go back home? And he is going to go back home. So this 3rd base is going to fall for Alive. Or 5th base, rather. Choppy sound. Let me try and fix it. Skype or XSplit can be a pain in the ass. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. This is so good for Party. He's setting Zealots in here. Right now, look at his bank, guys. Let's take a look at the bank. No Protoss players don't do this. When you're sitting on 3,200 minerals to 3,000 gas, you can throw away Zealots. You can throw away Zealots. You can afford to do this. So when he went back home, he said, okay, I'm going to take most of my army back home. He broke off 2 small groups of Zealots, sent them over here, sent them over here. Why not? You can afford to do that at this point. Zealots at this point are, I'm trying to find a unit to compare them to for Terran or Zerg. At this point, Zealots are like a drop with a medevac full of Marines, or like a run-by of Lings. At this point in the game, why the hell not? You can afford to do this. You can warp in 10 more Zealots. You have the money for that. You got so many bases mining here. All of them look so healthy, too. Like, there is minerals everywhere. He can afford to do this for a long time. And he's taking a new base here. An extremely aggressive base. So Parting, he's doing what he needs to do. He's sending these Zealots over here. This is really good. He's got +2 shields about to finish up. I mean, Parting is doing everything he needs to do at this point in the game to do any damage at all. Observers do have observer speed. So few Protoss do that. And he's building 2 more observers right now. I want to put as much emphasis on this as possible. Let's look at Parting's vision. He sees everything on his side of the map and has good vision on parts of Alive's side of the map, as well as these harassments. Like, he sees everything. Nothing is going to get across the map to exploit Parting. This is so awesome. He's building 2 more observers to help with those ghosts. Parting is playing this so smart. Let's look at that units tab right now. 5 observers on the map with 2 more. You never see anyone having 5 observers. He's about to go up to 7. Not enough Protoss players do this. We need to see more of this. This is so smart. Having observers, there's no limit to how many observers you should have. You can have as much as you want. I mean, don't take me literally and build like 20 observers and be like, Zoia, why'd I lose? But you can have this many observers and have them everywhere and see everything. It is so smart, so perfect. I'm in love with Parting's play. He is just, people neglect how much having map vision alone helps. Just being able to see everything. Because at this point, now as you can see here, when the Zealots get cleaned up, he's down 179 supply, but he's got more than enough bank to spend. He's almost to 4,000. This is just so... And look at these observers just starting everywhere. There's no way Alive is going to push across the map and catch Parting off guard. He is going to know everything. Now this is the one thing Parting does that no Protoss do. This is why I think he is the best Protoss in the world right now. He uses storms to force Terran players to Ravens don't need to be cheaper. That's silly as a killer. But he uses force fields, or storms rather, to position or to delay pushes and stuff. He just uses it to like force positioning of Alive. He uses it to control the battlefield. He doesn't just drop storms on army. He makes his opponent run certain ways. He delays pushes. He does whatever he can with these storms. He doesn't just use them on armies. He just molds the Protoss or the Terran's army away from him. He does whatever he can with storms. He just throws one down like, oh, I don't want you pushing right now. Have a storm. Because look how many High Templar he has. 11 High Templar. This guy is so Gosu. Look at him setting up another High Templar. His observers know everything. He's going to get a storm on this army. Feedback's the most medevac. So huge. Parting, man. This guy is so good. More Zealots running into this national base. He can throw away Zealots, guys. I know he's down 175 the supply to 193, but he can afford to do this in this warp and more. More EMPs on this Ghost, and he still has... He's lost a couple High Templar here. Just like he still has 10 High Templar on the map. You never see that many in general. He just lost a couple. Parting is playing this so well. More Zealots and DTs. Oh my god, DTs into this mix is so smart. This is... Parting, man. This guy doesn't cease to amaze me. So let's look at that income tab, guys. Alive is down to 35 Harvesters because of this harass. Alright? So he can't afford to be using these scans like this. We've picked off command centers already. We've been forcing ones to lift up. He can't afford to be using scans. He can't afford Ravens at this point. He can't afford to build extra starports to get Ravens out. He can't afford to be scanning. So mixing in 1 to 2 High Templar to force these scans, he already has to scan to get the snipes and the observers. So just making him scan more and more. Look at the minerals for Alive. He's on the 931. These DTs are the perfect mix this army. EMPs on the entire army of Party, though. He is a little bit out of position. Where's the rest of his High Templar? He doesn't have any of them with him. A lot of damage is being done to Party right now. His supply is dropping, but the DTs are doing so much damage right now. Colossus is doing a lot of damage as well. Parting still doing a lot of damage. There is still no scan on these DTs. These 2 DTs are doing so much damage. EMP is not going down on those Dark Templar. And, oh man, Alive taking so much damage right now to these DTs. These 5 DTs have literally killed Alive's army. Those DTs alone, just adding them to the mix. Oh my god, Parting is so good. Now we're going to take a pause here. Parting has 6 High Templar still on the map. They are mostly defensive. They are in positions to hold off bases, which is nice. He has lost a lot. He does have the 2 Robo plays. He has, how many gates? 14 gates that can resupply. So for the most part, Alive's still in a good position. And he's got a bigger base. He did take a lot of damage there. He's probably going to lose his base. Actually, with more Zealots warping in, he should be fine. He should be holding his base. Reinforcements are on the way. Colossus are pretty far away. Ghost doing a lot of damage. There is no observer here. It was sniped during that battle, so he needs to get an observer over here. But with these storms, with these High Templars showing up from that 3rd base, now, we're going to highlight this position as well. He's kept 4 High Templar at this base for most of the game. And he had 10 High Templar on the map. During that engagement, that wasn't the best thing. Why would you keep High Templar here, guys? This is very important. He kept his defensive, most of his defensive High Templar at this base. This base he can access he can defend anywhere from here. He can get up here fast. He can get down here fast. He can get over here fast, kind of over here fast, but if anything gets through here, that's just that. I mean, that's really bad for Parting. Like, that shouldn't happen. So all of his key defense points, he can defend from here. And for the most part, the most part, Terran's going to be engaging here. So having a good chunk of High Templar here is going to defend from a counter push towards this middle base. Maybe he spends 2 medevac units over here. High Templar are going to defend that. If he sneaks down over here, he can send the High Templar over here as well. There are already some here, a good amount here. But if they get taken out, he can still defend easily from here. That's why I had 4 here. And then when he needs to go up here, he can send them up here. I mean, he's just got so many options to defend with. Let's see how many scans he has. So he does have a good amount of energy. He has enough for 2 scans right now. Not a lot. So these DTs warping in are going to help us. We're going to go back into the game. DTs are warped in. He does back one off, which is so smart. DTs go... Oh, Parting, target firing to some of those ghosts. There goes the scan, though. I really feel that I would like to see him use EMP instead of scans at this point. He needs the scans. Alive, and then, oh man, these DTs all over the map are going to be so huge. Alive can't afford to defend against these DTs. Supply 96 to 132. Shield has been started. He's got the bang for it. And with the Colossus showing up, I mean, Alive's dead at this point. Having that double robo at this point in the game, being able to produce this many Colossus, there's no way he's going to be able to get the Vikings he needs to stop this. Snipes going down the Zealots, so smart from Alive, but at this point in the game, Colossus are going to do so much damage. Storm's coming up. And look at that. Look at that. Look at this Storm right here. We're going to watch that Storm again. This Storm is so smart. God, I am like getting... Oh, I love Parting. I love him. Watch this Storm right here. It doesn't even come close to hitting anything. We're going to watch, we're going to watch, we're going to watch, we're going to watch. Zealots are dead. These Colossus are defended by one Stalker. Look how exposed these are. These units could easily kill these Colossus. What does this Storm do? This Storm, defensive Storm. Defensive Storm. He makes Alive fall back to keep these Colossus alive. He wasn't going to kill anything with those Storms. God, I love Parting. Oh my god, this guy has the most brilliant High Templar play. He placed that to stop the army from chasing those Colossus, because those Colossus had a Stalker with them. They were exposed as shit. Those Marauders would have easily sniped those two. He can't afford that. That would put Parting in a very scary situation. He falls back, gets more Zealots, uses the Storm as a defensive cover, and now he goes in for a huge engagement here. Now these observers everywhere do scout where Alive's army is. He notices that Alive is way out of position, and he pushes towards this third base. This is Alive's real last mining base. The Dark Templar has taken out this base. He actually killed that command center off. This base has been harassed all game. This base is being taken by Parting, so now Parting knows that there's two real mining bases, this one and this one. And when he sees Alive this far out of position, oh, and now... God, Parting is so good! So he brought up the two High Templar from here. Because now, he has... This isn't one of his defense points anymore. This is defended back now. Because he's securing this base, he can move High Templar up here and establish a new defense here. So now, the defense points are this base and this base. So he moves these High Templar up to here. And now when he's engaging into this base, it forces the army that was going down here to move up. And now Parting is going to be flanking with these two High Templar. Look at him moving across the map with these High Templar. This guy is so smart. Oh, but there are Marauders here. He does get Storms on them. Zealots morphing in. Nice little decision there by Parting. Or by Alive. Unfortunately, Parting did pull back, which made Alive decide he wanted to continue down here. But he has these High Templar like here, up here. Parting is so... Alive is so good with these Marauders sim forward. You don't really see... he sims just the perfect amount to get these High Templar. And now Parting goes back in. Unfortunately, Parting did lose these Stalkers down here. He did force the cancel on the base. But now he's going up here, going to go for more Commanders, and then he backs out. Storm on those Marines. Oh, can't lose any High Templar like that. Supply guys 167 to 107, and now with this many Colossus, he's just in such a good position. Good Storms, forcing those Colossus to fall back. Oh, we need to be careful with these. God, I love that decision to bring those High Templar up. Oh, Parting is just so smart. More Zealots sneaking through, man. These two Zealots, it's just two Zealots. It's gonna be so annoying to Alive. It forces Alive to fall back. Observer does see that, Zealots see that. And look, as soon as he sees the army going for these Zealots, what does Parting do? Goes for this base. If he can stab this one. Huge Storms on those SCVs! Oh my god, and then Storms the army. They're going to be funneling through here. Oh my god, Parting is so good. Ghost coming up on a nice flank, though, sniping a couple High Templar. Alive is holding on very well. Alive is handling this so very well. Trying to retake this base. Did lose that Observer here, though, which is not good. He's got Observers everywhere. Let's look at that unit step. Let's see how many Observers he still has. Still has 5. God, that's a lot. Most Protoss players don't even have this much in general. He's lost a lot. Parting's probably made at least 15 Observers this game. You don't ever see that many get made. This base doesn't get scanned, and as soon as a Parting knows it's this base is being attacked, like even though this base is not being established, it's good bait. It's like bait. Every time a Parting sees that he's going down here, Parting goes in for the attack. Parting is playing this so smart. SCV is being taken down. This base is going to fall. Unfortunately, he did lose that Observer. Yeah, Alive canceled this base, but now he lost one of his last real mining bases. Now there's a DT over here killing up. Now Alive has no mining, and Parting knows that. Now Alive's in a really bad situation. He's nice feedbacks there. Good Storm on that Marine to save himself. Ooh, nice snipes there. Does get a feedback on a couple of those ghosts there. EMPs on the Colossus. Needs Micros Colossus back. Most of the Archons do have plenty of shields left, though, and I think this is it for Alive. Yeah, this is it. Just Parting was able to muscle him, get the 2G co-op. He still has a nice bank, over 1,000 minerals, 3,000 gas, and there's the GG from Alive. So highlights of this game. A, you need to be god like Parting. Parting is the, oh my god. I'm getting like chills all over me watching this guy play. This guy is the sickest player. Holy shit. I wish I had my webcam on, because you guys would just see me like jumping up, and like I've literally been like, this guy is so awesome. So we're gonna focus on, because normally for the Zoia show I review the replay before casting them, so I have like a theme of the replay that I can highlight on. But I didn't do these for these. I just kind of picked them on the fly. Let's talk about the observers first. These observers have been so important this entire game. Parting has been able to see every single thing. He has not missed anything. There was one drop that landed over here, and it was almost killed immediately. Nothing would have snuck into this base, and if it did, it would have died. There was no weakness to Parting's base. He defended everywhere, having High Templar at every base. Look at him having just a High Templar sitting here. I don't think he has one in the main base. He doesn't need High Templar over here, guys. On this map, when these positions, you need to have the weak spots defended. This is a weak spot. Why would you keep one? Now let's explain this. Say Parting does have this base here. You notice that Parting only moved up 2 High Templar here and kept 1 here. This base is still weak to drop from the main. You can still sneak by this one and get to that main base and drop it. So you need to keep 1 High Templar here. That's so smart from Parting. So he moved 2 up here. This is going to be a main defense point. That is very smart. This is always going to be a defense point, so he kept 3 to 4 here most of the time. And he kept some up here. Now, he didn't keep any here after he moved forward because his army was going to be deterring it. But with the observers, he was able to see where Alive was. Like, this game was purely won because of Alive knowing everything Fnatic, because Parting knowing everything Alive was doing. You guys don't want to see my chest. It's like riddled with hair. I'm like a monster. It's gross. God. Now, I want to say, like, yes, like I talked about how I feel that High Templar openings are awesome, and I personally prefer them over Robo builds. Don't do it, guys. Parting has like the sickest control ever. Just because Parting just did it doesn't mean you're gonna be able to do it. You're all bad, probably. I mean, I'm Master League, and I can hardly open High Templar. Like, it's too hard. You have to have the best control imaginable. As a killer, yes, you are bad. It's okay. I love you though. But the main highlight of that replay, guys, just observers. Observers, observers, observers. There's my watch falling off. Just the map vision there. Oh my god, was so sexy. So sexy. So, okay, question time, guys. Ask now, after every, if this is your first time watching the Zoia show, after every replay, we have question time. So, 5 minutes, I'm going to sit here answering questions about that game, or any StarCraft questions at all. And then we're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll go into a PvZ. Questions. Zoia, does Storm hit Medivacs? Yes. Can a Terran buy a ball load into Medivacs? If a Storm goes down on it damages the Medivacs. And you never... Okay, I'm glad you come back said. If you're being stormed and you want to lift off and get the hell out of there, don't. If you have if it's always your main army, don't. Because if you get feedbacks and your Medivacs die, you lose your entire army. And it's very risky loading into your Medivacs to avoid storms, because the High Templar are there, and if you get feedback and those Medivacs have too much energy, because they're going to be taking damage from those storms, so they'll already be weak. It's guaranteed, almost guaranteed, that the feedbacks will kill off your Medivacs. Don't do that. That is way too risky. That is way too risky. Dear Sir Lord Proprietor Dr. Zoia, can the next game be on Antigua Pretty Place? If the PvZ is on Antigua Shipyard, I'll try and find an Antigua one of a decent length. Question: why does Zoia give so much nerdgasms? I don't know, man. I'm just being me. I'm just being me. Parting style work for you in top platinum? I mean, it can work, guys, if you outplay your opponents. It's just like mech, though. With you have to really play perfect with High Templar openings. With Robo, it's a lot safer. You get the faster observers. If they're doing some form of timing attack, you can get the Immortals and Colossus out that help a lot. It's very hard to hit a storm timing, and it's very costly. It's very very gas expensive. So how it's slightly better. Zoia, so always build Robo first instead of going Templar Tech. It's safer. I mean, you can go Templar Tech. You should always get a robo no matter what, in case, because if we go back, okay. He actually went robo first, guys. He went robo first. You have to go robo first because if they open cloak banshees, you need the observers. So you always go robo first. And if Party would have scouted some form of all-in, he probably would have been building immortals. But if you feel like you're safe and you're comfortable with your High Templar play, go for it. Go to Twilight Council fast. Get those High Templar out quick. But you need to always open robo. You have to always get that robo fast. Whether it's one gate, if you go one gate expand robo or one gate expand 3 gate or an additional second and third gate and then robo, you always need to get that robo fast though. I mean, you can open Twilight Council first and go for Blink Stalker play, but even then, you need the Observer to blink into the main base. So it's just, in general, always go robo first. In general, it's better. Any other questions, guys, before we go to commercial break? Zoia, will there be fan games soon? Not soon. After episode 4, after we do fan replays. Holy hell, it took 3 tries this time to get through an ad. Sorry, Squall. Yeah, I noticed that earlier today. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. It's just been buggy as hell, man. I noticed that when I was trying to initially watch the daily. It was being buggy as hell. What about the 9-minute 8-gate push against Gasless Terran Expand, then transition into High Templar? That is very all-in, Diaz. If you don't get Robo and they open Cloak Banshee, you lose. Like, if you don't have Robo at all and you're doing an all-in, any form of all-in, doesn't matter if it's 8K, doesn't matter what you do. If they have Cloak Banshee, you will lose. You will lose the game. The Banshees will end the game for you. How would High Templar work this well in ZVP since there can't EMP? No. High Templar are bad in... The only time you want High Templar in ZVP, that Storm works pretty well against Broodlords. I'm glad you followed me. I'm glad you followed me. You should follow my personal stream. If you follow Play stream, you should follow my personal stream. I stream me playing ladder all the time. For guys who don't know, I'm Master League in all 3 races. And I ladder all the time. But follow me on Twitch. You can follow my Twitter as well, but I'll use it to tell me I stream. I also have a lot of fan interaction on stream. But High Templar are only good against if they're going mass Muta. Like if you if they are going extremely heavy Muta count, that's when you want High Templar. But you never want to just go High Templar openings. It's not good. High Templar are good against Hydras. If you're getting overwhelmed by Hydras, it's nice to have High Templar for those. If they have Broodlords, because you're going the Archons anyway, for the Archon toilet, the Storms actually work pretty well. So if you want to drop Storms on the Broodlords and then morph them in the Archons, that's nice. I know, Diaz, you always catch me when I'm not laddering. It's funny. High Templar, I mean, it's nice to feed back. It's also nice to have... This is only late game, though. You never want to open High Templar. Never open High Templar. But late game, you can squeeze them in. You can also feed back the Infestors, which is nice, and Queens. But never open High Templar. You can't do that in PvZ. It's just not good. You need to open Robo. You have to get Immortals, and you have to get Colossus. Any other questions? We're going to take one more question. How do you Kona all of the certain type of buildings at once? You do it very fast. C-click, 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 C-click. You might be able to shift-click it. I don't know. I don't think you can Kona all at once. If you can, there's some trick I don't know. You can shift-click? Yeah, you can shift-click. I don't know if you can Kona boost 9 buildings at once, but how counter defensive force fields? Just be aware of them constantly. Have metabacks with your army. If they pick up if they force field a good portion of your army, pick up those units and pull them back. Deal with. Drop EMPs. Try not to go up large chokes. If there's a rock you can destroy like there is on Daybreak, take out that rock. So we're going to go to commercial break, guys. I'm going to run 2 commercials. I'm going to pick a replay. I'm going to find one on Antigua Shipyard because Bugnish is weird. And then we're going to go into a PvZ, guys. After that, will be PvP. And then we'll go to some fan replays. How deal with those storms. Sniping EMP. 30-second commercial. See you guys soon. Kibbles! Welcome back from the commercial break, guys. So, to make Jabberwack happy, or Boognish happy, sorry. To make Boognish happy, we have a PvZ here on Antigua Shipyard between two... Kibbles. Between two very good players. So we're going to get started with this PvZ here. Protoss Knight, of course. Starting at the top as the Pink Zerg, we have Molet. Oh, wait, this is a TvZ. What the shit am I doing? Ranking Prime is not Protoss. What the shit am I doing? I just got excited because those players are awesome. Oh man, I gotta find a new game now. There's no Zergs in this group. There we go, that's a good one. That's a good one. I hate Ben so much. Ben's just such an asshole. I love him though. Kibbles, it was freaking awesome. So, Kibbles, before we get into this replay between two amazing players, during the qualifier today, it was Robin and Poke Bunny casting, and me being the asshole that I am, I got the chat, a large portion of the chat rather, to start spamming Robin's name in chat. And he always keeps chat open on a second monitor. So like he just sees this constant wall of text of Robin just scrolling down, and he couldn't focus on the game. It was the finals too. It was game 1 of the finals, and he just kept laughing and like getting pissed off through the entire first game. Like he couldn't focus at all, and it was the funniest thing. I almost died laughing. It was hilarious. It was awesome. It was a kill. Like a lot of these people were some of the people trolling with me. It was... Yeah, you can watch the VOD, just like find the finals game 1, and you can hear Robin say, "I'm gonna punch Zoia in the face," like... Like he just kept laughing and then getting pissed and then laughing some more. Like, this chat, man, I can't control it. Man, and then... Oh, just thinking about it was funny. Robin was... Oh, it was so awesome. Normally, as one of his co-workers, I shouldn't be trying to fluster him like that, but it was so funny. So spawning here in the top of Antigua Shipyard is a red Protoss even. We have White Raw, and his opponent, Millennium Stefano, has the Pink Zerg. We do have PvZ here, guys. Tonight's Protoss Night, so we're going to be watching... Okay, Kibbles and I have actually discussed this before, when we were doing the three-way cast with Robin. White Raw is electing to do a Forge Fast Expand. He's walling off up here. This is, in my opinion, a lot of Protoss players do either or. They'll wall off here or wall off here. I really dislike walling up here. I think it is a bad idea. If Stefano goes Mutalisk, which is not his style, but if he does go Mutalisk, it is going to be very difficult to defend this choke right here. Because... Let's just picture the normal places you have to defend Mutas from. You have to defend the main base, usually the mineral line. Normally down here you can defend with stalkers, but you're going to want to get cannons up here. So you're going to cannon up here. You're going to have to cannon, more than likely, over here. And if you're still on 2 bases, you're going to have to cannon over here. If you wall off here, which is going to take a gateway, a forge, and a cybernetics core, you're going to have to cannon off here as well, because this cybernetics core, if Mutalisks are able to snipe that cybernetics core up here, you pretty much are going to lose the game. You're not going to be able to build stalkers to defend against the Mutalisk. Like, the Mutalisk will do so much damage if they can get the Cybernetic Sword. So this is the 4th place you have to defend from Mutalisk. And instead, if you build the Cybernetic Sword over here, they can still snipe it, but for the most part, your army is going to be over here. And you're going to have cannons already over here. So, walling off up here against Zerg, I feel if they go Mutalisk, is like having almost a 4th base that you have to defend. It is very close to all 3 bases, which, you know, getting a nice blink and being mobile is helpful, but you have the cannon here. If the Mutalisk swoop in, see no cannon, and snipe that Cybernetic Core, you are in a lot of trouble. So if you guys are Protoss players and you wall off up here against Zerg, I really recommend using the Nexus wall off back here at the ramp. I just feel that it is, in general, a better decision. It is just too difficult to hold this off if the Zerg player doesn't know it. They can just exploit this spot right here, and you have more to defend. It's best to make your life a little bit easier. I love Protoss Day. At first I thought, like, Protoss Day is going to be my least favorite, but I feel like doing analysis of Protoss players is just, when you do the good players, it's like, Protoss is just so awesome. Like, that parting game, the stuff he's coming up with, the meta game is, like, just Protoss strategy in general is improving so much. So, PBZ is always slow as hell, so we're going to go ×4 until something happens. Like I said, I normally review the replays for the Zoia show, but today I got lazy and said, screw it. Screw it, we'll do it live. Gateway going down. Now White Raw's going to have to put down another pylon. I like this pylon placement here. I enjoy that. Cannon going down. And the problem with walling up here is... I want to point this out too. Say you get 6 pulled. The Lings can run by here. And they'll wreak havoc up here. However, if you get 6 pulled and you're walling off right here, they have to run through here. Usually you can get the cannon up, and if their cannon's not up and you're just waiting a couple seconds for it to get down, you can pull probes from your main and wall off this choke right here. Wall off that choke right there. I just feel that walling off here with your Forge Fast Expander is better. I just like it a lot more. Just personally, it is better. Yeah, Dorun's got a point. I have no clue what I'm talking about. League's moving across the map. There is a Zealot in position. Cannon's doing a lot of damage. Some of them did leak through, but essentially did pop up. Nice cannon or nice pylon wall off. Nice pylon off there. White Raw saving that base. Gas being taken by Stefano. I'm not commentating Stefano. This is PvZ, guys. So what's White Raw doing? He still only has 2 gases. He's getting 4 gates. Moved up to 5 gates. So he's going to be on 5 gates so far. Still no Robo yet. Still no Twilight Council. He's got +1 a little more than halfway done. Might be a nice 5 gate aggression. Roach Warren is on the way. This is very Stefano-esque style. Everything about the timings is right on par with this style. Okay, so White Raw going up to 7 gates. 7 gates here. In case you guys didn't know, I was being sarcastic when I was saying Dorun was right. He was actually wrong. I know what I'm talking about. That's why I host the Zoia show. Because I know things. I know things that I'm right about. I like the pylon placements from White Raw. White Raw's got probes on the map. Everything's looking good. He's doing everything he can. Why is he getting so many gates? It's just the build he wants to do. It's just the build he wants to do. He's doing the 7-gate timing attack. He's going to try and catch Stefano off guard. I feel like this is not the best build to do against Stefano, but hey, it's White Raw. He can do what he wants. It's going to be 7-gate +1 attack timing attack. He's going to try and snipe this 3rd base. If Stefano's being too greedy, he can do a lot of damage here. The difference between a 6-gate is and a 7th gate and an 8-gate is. 6-gate is... Okay, Dorun. I'm going to take a moment here. Normally I don't pause the game to take moments for people. Alright? Normally the Zoia show doesn't get stopped. Dorun, let's take a moment to talk to you here. You happen to be the dumbest person that has ever entered the Zoia show chat. Okay? You are stupid. You are stupid. You are stupid. You are stupid. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. You're just dumb as nails. You are just dumb. Okay, so we're pushing up here, double pylon here, so you can't lose those very quickly. Lean's coming up. Roaches are in production. Now, the point of this timing is that what White Raw wants to do is he wants to snipe this third base. 8 gate would be all in, guys. 7 gate is... I already explained why you're wrong. I explained why you shouldn't wall off there. Zoia, you should really be above that. Nah, man, this is my show. I do what I want. So, anyways, the point of this timing is to snipe this third base if he's being too greedy. That's what he's going to do. He's going to have a warp in of units soon. Those pylons are about to finish up. Units are streaming in from the bottom, but he's got the force fields here, which are nice. He only has 3 sentries, though, so he's only got enough for a couple more. He wants to snipe this, do as much damage as possible, and go home. The point of this is to just kill off a greedy Zerg. That's the point of the 7 gate timing. I don't necessarily like it, because you're going without Robo, and if you get counterattack, let's say your attack doesn't do enough damage against someone like Stefano, he goes and counterattacks you, you won't have Observer's Down Trap. You can lose a lot of viewers, BM. The point of the Zoia show is you're here to watch Zoia, and if you're not here to watch Zoia, then go ahead and leave, unfortunately. I do what I want. I'm an asshole to people, and that's my style, man. It's my style. Stalker's warping in here. Force field's doing a lot of damage. I like the fact that he's using these Stalkers to kill off the Roaches, and he's only using the Zealots to chase down these units. One more sentry does warp in. Here come the Roaches, though. He needs to focus fire down these Roaches. He needs to pull his sentries back as well. White Raw is not microing his sentries at all. He needs to keep his sentries away from those Roaches. He can't afford to be losing those. And these Zealots are doing what they need to do. More lanes coming up. Doing as much damage as possible. He needs to keep warping in Stalker. That's what he needs to do. The Roaches are the real problem here. It's looking like White Raw might be able to break through here. These Roaches are doing a lot of damage, but he's coming out on top. He's doing a lot of drone damage. Income tab, guys, is 52 to 42. Look at that Harvester's kill tab. He's killed 12 so far, which is good. Stalkers are starting to overwhelm these Roaches. 8 more about to pop. Drones are running away. Macro Hatch and this third base are going to fall. That is going to be huge. Okay, so, Darun, you're wanting him to wall off here and be more exposed to every other Zerg opener in the game because of one all-in. That you can hold off, by the way. You're stupid by thinking you can't hold it off back here. Because players do it all the time. So, because of that one build that you have trouble holding off with defending back here, you want to risk every other build by walling up here. You're a smart player. There's a reason you're in Platinum. Back to the game. So White Raw just did a shitload of damage with this timing. It's a very risky timing. It's to catch a greedy Zerg off guard. You can do a lot of damage if you get greedy, like Stefano just did. He didn't have any spine crawlers at his third base, and he just took a lot of damage. He lost that main base and that third base and that macro hatch. So it was a nice timing from White Raw. It's risky though. Any build where you don't get any tech is risky. I mean, this is an all-in build. The 7 gate. It's not super all-in. If you do enough damage, you can expand out that. Oh my God, so many spine crawlers. White Raw, I don't know if he should be engaging into this. He needs to back off now that these spine crawlers will finish. He's not going to be able to break this. I can't believe White Raw, you're doing this. No, no, no! I can't believe White Raw just did that. I can't believe he just did that. Okay, so that engagement was bad. He should not have engaged. He went for the kill there, which he shouldn't have done that. As soon as he saw the spine crawlers about to finish, he should have walked off. I explained the entire reasons for not walling up here. I spent like a good 2 minutes talking about why Mutalisk owned this kind of build, why Sixpool owns this kind of build, why the Stefano style owns that kind of wall up. I spent a long time explaining why. But anyways, he shouldn't have engaged there. He should have just went back home. When you kill off that many drones, he did the 7 gate. If he went for the 8 gate, guys, he should have went for the kill because he's super all-in. The 7 gate, however, he killed off a macro hatch, he killed off a hatchery, killed off queens, and killed off drones and a lot of units. He should have just went home, took in a third base. He should not have engaged that. That was a horrible engagement by White Raw. I can't believe he went for that. 8 gate, yes, you go for that. You're super all-in. 7 gate, you do that much damage. 2 hatcheries, a bunch of drones, a bunch of units, and you still have a large portion of the units you got left. You can go poke up here and see how it is. That's smart, because if you can in the game, go for it. But when you see this many spine crawlers about to finish, you black out. You back out. You back out. I never said you shouldn't. I never said you can't wall off there. I never said it's not viable. I said it's better to wall off here. I never said you're going to lose if you wall off here. It is better to wall off at your nexus. It is better to wall off at your nexus. Doesn't mean you can. It is also better to build your command center in your base before you expand it down, because it's risky if you build down bottom. Doesn't mean you can't get away with it. Yeah, Jorthus is... Yeah, if it came off as I said never wall off there, guys, I apologize. Kibbles and I talked about this. You can wall off here. It is not wrong. It is just better to wall off here. It is better to wall off here. I'm sorry if I made it seem like I said don't wall off here. If you do, you suck. No. Because you can wall off here. Kibbles and I talked about it for a very long time. You can wall off here. It's just, it's better to wall off up here. In almost every situation. It's okay, David's account. I love you, man. I love all my viewers. You guys are awesome. Even the ones that piss me off. Income tab, guys. 42. God, this game. I'm just so upset with White Raw right now. I can't believe he engaged into that. Like, let's go back. I do know it's better, though. I do know it's better, Darun. I know for a fact that walling off here is better. I am 100% sure that walling off at the Nexus is better. It's not that I don't know. I am 100% sure walling off here is better. So we're going to keep going back. We're going to go back a lot more, because I want to see this engagement again, because this is like the big mistake. Zakiller, you never troll me. I love you. You're sexy and godlike. Okay, we're going back. We're going back. We're going back. This is the key turning point of this game. Doing all this damage up here, that's just what Protoss does. Protoss does this. White Raw. Okay, so here we are. We're killing off shit here. Killing. Good. Okay, force fields. Touch my fish. I'm only homo with you. He's killing off more units, more Ling Zealots streaming in, doing a lot more damage, blah, 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 blah. White Raw doing what Protoss does. Killing units, killing hatcheries, more units warping in. White Raw doing well, White Raw doing well. Wait, is this after or before the spine? Oh, okay, this is before. Okay, so now he's killing the hatcheries. So let's just take a pause. Let's put that unit's lost tab. That one. Stefano? Okay, wait, we need to wait till the hatchery dies. So that's an extra 300 minerals. Hatchery. We're going to go until he moves up here. We're going to go until he moves up here. So White Raw warping in more units. Okay, units lost tab. 4,825 lost for Stefano. He has lost his third base, which he rushed for, which puts him super far behind economically. He has lost 13 of his drones, making his income even with Protoss, which you never want to be as Zerg, especially when you're down to 2 hatcheries like this. Keep in mind, he only has 2 hatcheries to produce units out of. That is it. So let's look at that loss tab. Stefano has literally lost twice the amount of resources that White Raw has. That is a shitload, guys. That is a metric ball hair dick load. Like, I can't put enough emphasis on how much that is being ahead. Like, White Raw has won the game. The game is won at this moment. White Raw can go home, expand, and be miles ahead, hit a 3-base timing with Colossus, and win the freaking game. Now let's look at this. He's going to walk up here. This is what I see. I see Defender's advantage. 2 hatcheries producing a bunch of units. I see 6 spine crawlers about to finish. Does it look like in any way that White Raw is going to be able to break here? I don't think so. I personally feel that White Raw will lose if he attacks into this. I honestly, like, this does not look in the slightest to me like White Raw will win. I don't even feel like it would be, like, Stefano will win. It doesn't matter how White Raw micros this. I don't care what White Raw does. Stefano wins this engagement as soon as they are seconds from finishing. If they are like maybe halfway done, yes, White Raw can win this. Halfway done, yes. This close to finishing all these, no. White Raw has lost this engagement. He needs to leave. I'm so dumbfounded. Like, I can't believe he engaged into this. Look how one-sided this is going to be. Look at that. Let's actually pause. We're going to go back and we're going to watch that units lost tab. Even if okay, David's account says, for the people who watch the VOD and don't read the chat, David's account says earlier on you said that he should turn away right as all those spines are about to finish, but then Stefano could possibly cancel some of them. I mean, even in that situation, say White Raw turns around right now, he cancels all 6 of these, gets around 500 minerals back. He cancels and gets about 500 minerals back. Look how much resources he's still behind though. Stefano has lost more than double the amount of resources. Even if he cancels them all, saves those minerals, White Raw is still miles ahead. Now, if you want to make them finish and force Stefano to have 6 spine colors, yeah, of course that's going to be better. But it's also safer just to back off and leave. So if he wants to make the spine colors finish and then back off, yeah, that's fine. But either way it goes, White Raw is still miles ahead. So we're going to watch this engagement. We're going to keep an eye on that units lost tab. Now, Stefano is going to be using units here, but we're going to see how close this gap narrows in this engagement. So Stefano has more than double the amount of resources lost than White Raw. We're going to watch this engagement and see how this dramatically changes. White Raw, or Stefano, is taking a good amount of damage. He is still losing resources. But look at that gap. It is narrowing very quickly. Look how close that's getting. Oh my god. Wow, I didn't even see him throw away those 2 sentries. You're a High Master Zerg player that does apparently Ling Roach all-ins all day, so look how close this gap is now. 1,500 minerals compared to the 3,400 from before. That is huge. And now, if we look at the supply, 60 to 73. Is White Raw dead? Not just yet. He's about to be dead though, as soon as he keeps warping in units and loses a lot. But that build he did was super all-in. He's behind at this point, I have to say. I'm also going to say that Stefano's in a better situation at this point. But he had the game won, and now he's probably going to lose. He's probably going to lose. We're going to keep an eye on as the rest of this engagement goes on. We're going to keep an eye on that units lost tab. More roaches here on the creep. We're going to go for these pylons. Stefano's so good that he clicks larvae over here that were dead to build more roach or build more units. I guess he built lings, but that's how good Stefano is. You almost fought your patrolling as a killer. Doing more harassment, going for these sentries, doing a lot more damage. Look at that unit's lost tab, and it's narrowing even more. Oh my god. White Raw is about to have lost more resources than Stefano. White Raw has officially lost more resources than Stefano at this point. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So now Stefano's going to apply a lot of regression. He is not droning up at all. He's getting some harassment here. White Raw does have Immortal. He has 1 cannon. He's got sentries, which is nice. There is a Warp Prism here. White Raw loves his Warp Prisms. God, I can't believe White Raw did that. So at this point, White Raw needs to throw out another cannon. Probably 2. He saw the aggression coming out. He sent a Warp Prism across the map, which is good. He needs to try and get ahead at this point. He's behind. Dorune, I want to point out to you something. I am Master League with all 3 races. I am a High Masters Terran player. So by you saying you're High Masters and saying it's like a caster telling Michael Jordan how to throw the ball, that is wrong, because I am at the same level of you, and I'm probably better than you. You're dumb. You're like not making a good reference there. I know what I'm talking about. You're stupid. You're bad at the game. Everyone in chat knows you're bad at the game. So quit being such a tryhard. Warp Prism moving into the main base. He's doing what he's got to, but he needs to throw down another cannon. He's getting an observer, which I like. He has seen this army out here. I don't know why he's not throwing down another cannon. He needs to have another cannon here. Needs to have... Why is the commentator talking shit? Because I'm Zoia. This is the Zoia show, and I do what I want. That is why I'm talking shit. Besides, this guy is dumb as hell. White needs to throw down another cannon. He's producing more immortals. He's actually getting Colossus now, which is nice. He does have the observer out. Warp Prism trying to do what it can. I can't believe he didn't throw down another cannon. He's seen this with the observer. He's seen how many units. Like, he's seen this many units. White Raw has seen this many units. Wow, Sapato is so good at macro. This guy, look at this guy. We look at after all that he lost during that one engagement. He's back up to 57 drones. He's got his 3rd base going. He's already almost maxed. Stefano, man, this guy. This guy is so goddamn good. White Raw's lost, though, even if he throws on more cannons. I mean, he lost way too much. If you look at that units lost tab, he's lost over 1,000 minerals then, or resources than Stefano, and he's still on 2 bases. I mean, this is it. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, how you throw away a game you've won. This is how you win a game. Why is Ben messaging me? Oh, lol. I need to minimize that. Two Colossus in the army, 4 White Raw. God, White Raw's so greedy, and now White Raw loses. I don't care how good he is micro as those force fields. It doesn't matter if he got the perfect force fields. He lost that engagement. Look at that surround. Look at that surround. Oh god, that's GG. Oh god. Oh god. All right, so that's it. So to go with that was a nice timing from White Raw. 7 gate is all in. It's not super all in like the 8 gate. You can come out of the 7 gate if you do enough damage. But no, the 1v1 will not happen now. It'll happen probably another day on my stream or something. The Zoia show goes on. It stops for no man, no woman, no child, or no dumbass. The Zoia show goes on. But that was just decision making. That was just decision making. I can't believe White Raw backed off. Can't believe White Raw or went into that. I can't believe he did that. Ugh. Ugh. Can't believe that. Ugh. That just makes me sad. Any questions, guys, about that game or about StarCraft 2 in general? Who is the dumbass? I forget his name, like Dorune or something like that. He stopped talking in chat for some reason. Are you gay? Only for you, love. That is true, Squall. That is true. We do stop for lazy drones, or lazy probes. We do stop for lazy probes. I play Terran, that is my main race. I play the other races on my stream. Are you going to analyze my replay tonight? Probably. I should, Diaz. I'd have to look through all these replays. Like I said, guys, let me reiterate, okay? You can wall off where White Raw did. It's not bad. It is not. It's not wrong to wall off there. It is not bad to wall off there. I personally feel, and a lot of other Protoss players personally feel, and a lot of other Zerg players personally feel, that it is better for the Protoss player to wall off there. Doesn't mean it's bad or wrong to wall off there. But if you get 6-pulled, you lose. Mutilus Krask, it's a bitch to deal with. So where do we send our replays for tonight? StarCraft Squad replays at gmail.com. If the killer could type that in chat. Was it a tournament match between White Raw and Stefano? Yes, that was at IPL 4. What alternative could have been done for White Raw? I mean, after backing from 6 or spine crawlers, what would have been the next step? Okay, so let's say White Raw did not engage in those spine crawlers. He kept that huge lead he had. Stefano would lose at that point. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if Stefano just went for some stupid all-in attack off of 2 bases and GG. White Raw would A, go back home, take a 3rd base immediately, get a robo down, and either pump out a couple of mortals if he feels the all-in coming. If he doesn't scout the all-in coming, if he sees that Stefano is going for a 3rd base and going to try and mac her up, he goes for the robo bay, gets Colossus, and gets 2-2 and hits a 3-base timing attack and wins the game. No, if it's from, as long as my admins didn't delete it from the email address, it should still be there. Yeah, make sure the replay, you guys, you send it in is a close game. Like, I don't want you to be like, look at me, I'm silver and I beat a gold player. And it was pretty easy. Send a game that was close, win or lose, I don't care. Just a game that you can learn from. Put the matchup in it and what league you're in, Doomslayer. That is true, Strafe Protoss, but in the situation that White Raw was in, he was miles ahead. He could easily get a 3rd base. Normally that map's hard to get a 3rd base on as Protoss with extreme aggression from the Zerg. But with that lead he had, up 3,000 minerals, killing off 2 hatcheries, he could easily take in that 3rd base in that position. What do you mean, Mr. Fister? Explain. Yeah, White Raw was miles ahead. He was miles ahead. That's what I was talking about when he should go home and take a 3rd. That's what I was referring to. He was so far ahead. Is this a show that's on every night? No, it's Monday through Thursdays. Monday through Thursdays after the NA daily ends. It was going on about Vigor. It started. We did it about a month ago. It went on for a month. It went on to the month of about halfway through February through halfway through May or for March. It went on for a month. It was the beta phase. And then we took it down, we prepared overlays, we did a bunch of stuff, we got ready. And now this is the real version of the show. We're archiving episodes, we're numbering them, and we have an actual system. No, it's Monday through Thursday is the killer. Monday through Thursday. Monday is Terran night, Tuesday is Zerg night, Wednesday is Protoss night, and Thursday is Fan Game night. Unfortunately, yesterday I didn't do a Protoss night because I was tired, so we're doing a double episode today. Any other questions before we go to the... Yeah, I used to coach pretty cheap, Jinx, but I don't have time for it anymore, so now I charge a lot for coaching because I want it to be worth my time. Like, it has to, like, really be, like, make me go, okay, I'll do it. Any last questions, guys, before we go to commercial break and go to PvP, which will be the end of Episode 3. But as soon as Episode 3 ends, we're doing Episode 4 right after, guys, so don't go anywhere as soon as Episode 3. Like, we're going to be on for probably another 2 hours. If you guys like me, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/StarCraft Squad. I do a lot of teaching there as well. So follow my personal stream. Okay, we're gonna take one last question from Jorthis of how to get into the game. Analyze a lot and play few games, or analyze brief and play lots. At first, just play lots. Just play a shitload, Mr. Fister. Play a shitload. Like, just play. Once you get to the point where you've gotten your mechanics down to to the point where your mechanics are okay, that's when you should start analyzing your strategy. I mean, you should watch your replays all the time just to see what you're doing wrong, but if you're just starting the game, just play. Don't even bother with analyzing. You need to get the feel of the game first. Once you have a good feel of the game, then start analyzing. But it's mainly play, muscle memory, like the killer just said. Muscle memory is so key. And then you start applying the knowledge to the game. But muscle memory is very key. It's the most important part, to be honest. You have to get the feel for the game, and then you start using your mind. And also know what build to do. If you need help with a build, Protoss, when you're first starting off, like if you literally just picked up the game, you should 4-gate every game, every matchup. Terran should 3-racks every game, every matchup. And then Zerg should do a 14 pull, 14 gas every game, every matchup. If that's if you're just starting off, like your first games, do those builds. Is Jordan's going to ask his damn question? Holy shit. No, you won't have a clue what Kibble's build spreadsheets are if you're new to the game. You won't have a clue what any of that's talking about. Even, like, decent people will still be lost on those. What was your question? Oh, no, that's fine, Jorthis. You're okay. Commercial time, guys. 2 commercials. We'll be in a PvP when we get back. Thanks for watching. Oops, wrong replay. Finally found, like, there's no good PvP hairs, guys. I didn't see any of decent lengths, so we're unfortunately gonna go with this one. We're going to have a PvP between Startail, Squirtle, and SKMC. So spawning here on the top right-hand corner of the map as the blue Protoss is SKMC and his opponent is Startail Squirtle. Now, since I haven't reviewed this player, or this replay yet, I don't know which player to follow, so I'm going to let you guys choose in chat. Based off the poll that's going to be linked, how do I not get linked? Damn it. Damn it all to hell. Whoops, did not mean to close that. Pause the damn replay. Come on, chatbot, link the damn poll. I forgot the link for the poll. If anyone knows it off the top of your head, link the damn poll. Link the damn poll. Someone link the poll. Let's scroll up and see if I can find the poll. You guys talk a lot though, so I don't know if we'll see the poll. No, we don't. There it is. Squall, man. What a freaking hoss. Okay, so you guys vote. Click that link. Vote on who you want me to follow this game, to focus on this game. So click. We have Squirtle and MC. Your guys' vote is who I follow. Whoever gets the highest percentage. So please actually do the vote. Normally people don't do the vote, but this time do the vote because it's going to dictate which guy I focus on. So click that link, that Squall link, gosu.ws/poll. Vote on who you want me to follow. We have MC and Squirtle. MC and Squirtle. MC and Squirtle. It looks like MC is just barely pulling ahead. I'm going to wait another minute before I decide. PvP, guys, it's changed a lot lately. It used to be 4-gate or die. If you don't 4-gate and you don't have perfect micro, you lose. And it's sometimes you do have perfect micro, you still lose. That has changed. Gateway timings were, or warp gate timing was increased, which allows a non-4-gate player to get sentries out faster if they're cone boosting out sentries and hold off any ramp. The only maps you really see 4 gates on frequently are Tal'Darim Malter and Belshir Beach. And the reason that is, let's see who's won the vote by now. So MC is barely ahead. So we're going to be focusing on MC this game. Now the reason why you still see 4 gates on Belshir Beach and Tal'Darim Malter is because there's no ramp. As you can see on this map, there's a ramp right here. So I'm highlighting right there. There's a ramp. You have to walk up. Force fields at the bottom of the ramp means the units on the bottom can't shoot up unless they have a vision. And because it's not 4-gate versus 4-gate, let me make sure that MC is still ahead. MC is still ahead. So it's going to be MC the rest of the game. I don't care if it goes up from here. It has been decided we're following MC. But, as I was saying, just being able to force field down here changes the matchup. And it's evolved so much, and then you're actually seeing Stargate builds now. Like, Phoenix openers are actually good now. What? You're seeing these epic, like, 8... Like, you're seeing people go up for, like, 10 to 12 Colossus. And getting motherships and shit. Like, the matchup has changed so much in the last 6 months. Not even, like, the last 3 months, really. The matchup has evolved so damn much. So we're going to keep an eye on the Chrono Boost count. He's barely Chrono Boost out probes. Barely Chrono Boost out probes. He's currently at the 19. He's been saving up most of his Chrono Boost. He's Chrono Boosting Warp Gate. He is missing that Warp Gate. You need to be constantly Chrono Boosting out this Warp Gate if you're going for Gateway timing, or Warp Gate timing. There goes another Warp Gate. Chrono Boost. He does thwart off that probe with that Zealot. I do like Zealot openers, and he's got the probe so he scouts what his opponent's doing. And he sees that Squirtle hasn't been Chrono Boosting as much as he has. He sees that Squirtle has a lot of Chrono Boost saved up. What's MC going to do? He still has a good amount of Chrono Boost. Could be Chrono Boost. There's another Chrono Boost on the Warp Gate. Looking like it's going to be a 3-gate, guys. Looking like it's going to be a 3-gate. 1 gate goes down. Oh, Robo! Going for a fast Robo. Very nice. Zoia, should I awaken the Sacric question from yesterday about food? No. Sacred, rather. No. No. That was a one-time thing. Won't happen again. Oh, there's David Account saying in chat, Phoenix openers are stupid. It's amazing how good Phoenix are now in PvP. They're still not figured out enough yet to where they're actually, like, normal. They're still kind of rare. And they still have weaknesses, but they're not like... And anytime anyone opened Stargate before in PvP, they lost immediately. I was like, LOL, you dumbass, what are you doing? But now it's like, ooh, Phoenix play, I hope this works, because you can actually pull it off. Units coming up for MC, or units in the. This is why I like these builds. Look at these sentries, man. Before getting sentries in PvP was stupid. It was only Stalker Zealot. Now sentries are being warped constantly. 2 more gates are wrapping up. 3-gate Robo here from MC going for the fast Immortal. He isn't building any more probes. He stopped at 27. 27 is a good amount to stop at, I feel, when doing a 3-gate Robo. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see MC build any more probes this entire game. Unless he expands, of course. Yep, lifting up Immortals is so awesome, man. Of course, MC saying, Zoia, you're dumb as hell. I'm going to build another probe. Kind of boosting out those observers. Once they get those observers out. Now, let's talk about this real quick. MC went Immortal first. It is greedy going 1-gate Robo. It is very greedy going 1-gate Robo. It is very fragile as well. If he would have went 3-gate Robo, I could have said, okay, MC, you can go Observer first, and it will be okay. But going 1-gate Robo, you have to, excuse me. You have to get out that Immortal fast. In case some fast 4-gate comes, or some fast Blink Stalker play, you need that Immortal out a little bit quicker to be safe. So if you go 3-gate, then the Robo, guys, you can skip the Immortal if you get out the sentries. But if you're going 1-gate Robo, you're not going to have the sentry count, get that Immortal. You need to get it. So I'm going to ask why 27? It's just a solid number to stop at. You have, so it is saturation normally is 16 on minerals. 22 is saturation. 30 is, you pointed out. 22 is saturation when you have 16 on minerals, 6 in gas. 30 is max saturation. I don't know why 27. 27, 26, 27, 28 is usually what Protoss stop at now. 27 is just like a number that people stop at. I don't actually know the math behind it. I don't know the timings behind it because I'm not that good at Protoss. I'm a low masters. So I'll look that up, David's account. And by the next Protoss episode, if you're here, if you re-ask that question, I will know the answer by then. I will know the answer by then. But it's usually around the 26 to the 28 amount that people stop at. That's a good question. You really have my mind thinking there, David's account. I will find out by the next episode why people stop between 26 and 28 probes. I don't know the exact answer, but I will figure it. It's just a safe amount. You have a good enough eco to be able to afford the Colossus. Like, you'll be able to afford everything you want with that many probes. But I want to find the difference between probe accounts and figure out why they exactly do that. No, I wouldn't say High Masters is good at all. My High Masters is Terran. You guys watch me stream, I'm shit-talking myself the entire time. Even when you're Grandmasters, most Grandmaster players are bad. That's a good question. I'll figure out why people stop at these amounts. 26 to 28 is usually when people stop building probes. I will figure it out for you, David's account. There's 8 mineral packs, not 7. 30 is full saturation. There's 8. There are 8 mineral packs. No, I don't feel that Masters is being good. I feel Masters means you have a good grasp on the game. Doesn't make you good. I feel that most GM players that I cast during the Play 'em Daily are horrible at this game. Unless you are, I'm very picky though. I'm a very picky player. But as a killer, ask the people who've watched my stream. When I play, even though I'm Masters with all 3 races, I'm like constantly punching myself in the face. So, MC doing something awesome here. He's doing oh my god. I've been so focused on that question that David asked. He actually got Warp Prism speed. No, we're gonna watch how fast this moves. For anyone who plays Brood War, this does not move near. This is a fast War Prism. This is like hauling ass, but the people who played Brood War like I did, I know there's gotta be Brood War players here. Speed shuttles are like 100 times faster. Like they're literally, I think they might be close to double the